Assalamualaikum guys, I'm Isra Kurawa, student of English Education Department Class 8 2023. Today, I want to discuss a topic about language acquisition among adults for my assignment of psychologistic language teachers course. So I will answer some questions. First, the result of this research showed that initially, Fatma's English was very limited and her English output only consisted of memorized language items, which were generally acquired and used in social interaction with children. They also found that although Fatima was able to use certain expression, she didn't recognize the meaning of each word in the expression as it was not yet able to use the words in new combinations of expressions. What Hanania and Gretman were able to conclude regarding Fatma's syntactic development was that the adult in the study acquired her language creatively. She not only memorized expression but imitated the acquired language elements selectively and formed them into syntactic units which slowly and continuously become more complex from time to time. Thus, the result of this research support and prove the second possibility that the creative construction process is basically different from routine and pattern. My experience as an NLP learner is similar because I also started by using memorized expression without fully understanding all the words. Later, like Fatima, I began combining words more creatively as my exposure increased, showing that routines help me move toward more complex and independent language use. Second, the first stage, adults learn and obtain certain language items as input which are then stored in short-term memory. And for example, a learner may hear simple phrases like, how are you? Many times and store them as intent. This language input is in psycholinguistics is called intake stage. Second stage, the intakes stored in the short-term memory will then turn into second language knowledge, which is then stored in long-term memory, such as when a learner begins to understand the structure of the phrase and can create variations like how is he or how are they. The third stage, the knowledge of the second language is finally used actively to produce spoken outputs in the form of speech expressed when involved in verbal communication. As when the learner begins asking real questions in conversations such as how are you today or how are you feeling. These stages explain the process in adult language acquisition as a mechanism which takes place in the brain. Third, according to Crash and S. 1982, adults will complete 5 stages of language development in the process of acquiring a second language. The pre-production stage is also usually recognized as the silent period of receptive period, and generally they can only engage in self-talk and are not able to speak using very limited linguistic knowledge. In the early production stage, L2 learners are slowly able to speak using 1 or 2 words, are able to use short phrases and short expressions, which are sometimes formed ungrammatically. At the speech emergence stage, they have a technique used around 3,000 words to communicate by forming short phrases, short sentences, and have been able to ask questions. In the intermediate fluency stage, they have been able to demonstrate communication skill using complex sentence structure with around 6,000 words. In the advanced fluency stage, they are able to master the second language with fully mastered, with the ability to form various types of complex sentences, almost equal to the abilities of native speakers. My learning experience also followed these stages, begin with a period where I mostly listened and then slowly started to produce simple words and short expression. At this point, I'm in the speech emergent stage where I can form short sentences, ask basic questions, and communicate more actively, even though some errors still appear. As I continue practicing, my comprehension grows stronger, and I'm gradually gaining more confidence in expressing my ideas, just as Crossan described for learners at this level. That's all from me. I would like to express my gratitude for my honorable lecturer, Sir Dr. Kaharudin S. IPM Hume, as a lecturer in this course, who has written a book entitled Psycholinguistics in Language Pedagogy, which supports the material. And thanks guys for watching this video. See you later. Wassalamualaikum.